I don't know if we wait for some people or they can join us during the meeting. Okay. So um, yeah, I will let you Donald present himself. And that he can share his screen and a little bit explain what exactly what is the future, what how it's look, and yeah.
Yeah, I can talk about it. I'm on my Mac OS laptop, so I can't run the build. I don't know if somebody else can. I only built it for Windows currently, but we could still build it. We can still build it for Mac OS later on. Yes, I made two builds. One is for keyboard and mouse controls, so you can walk around the terrain, and the other one uses the VR controls. So you should be able to just hook up your VR headset and use that to fly around. Were you able to open it last night?
Yeah, I'm on a Mac right now too, but I could just quickly compile it. Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
cool. Yeah, in this scene, we have the model STL terrain loaded in. So it reads in those points and then puts them in 3D space. And then I also made it so that we can look at the drill holes in this scene as well. So those are also reading into input files and putting them in 3D space. Right now, nothing's lined up. So the drill holes won't be going in the right place through the terrain. But this is just a proof of concept, just loading in the input files and displaying them visually. Right now, we also have it set it up so that each collar point, each collar and survey point can be individually color coded according to like how much copper is in that specific depth. But right now, it's just all one solid color. But it's set up so that we can color code it. And obviously, we still have. We also implemented the first-person controller for mouse and keyboard, so you can walk over the terrain, all like the bumps and hills over the terrain. And in the VR mode, you can fly around as well.
Can you? Okay, okay. I let you finish. Because I have some questions. Yeah, about the fly. You say that there's a one feature about fly.
Yes, in the VR build, you're able to fly around because in the keyboard and mouse, you walk around with gravity, so you always stay on the surface. But in the VR, it
Can
enables you
you?
to fly around.
Can you show these features? What the trying? I want because I test, but for me, I was just in the surface. I was not able to fly. I don't know. I just want to see how it's look. If someone can share these features.
Yeah, if anyone can run the VR build, it'll just be in there.
Yeah. By waiting, I have some question. Um, I see that when the software starts, it's like a splash of Unity that appears. Uh, I want to know, it will be like that, or just this is just as you say, just a proof of concept, but for the SMR mine, you will put the splash of SMR mine, and because you should keep in mind that we we are doing this as something that should be commercialized and it should be also integrated in the SMR mine.
Yes,
And
sorry. Oh,
so about the branding and this kind of things, uh, because I think that about the first task, the first paint, I gave you some stuff about that you should a little bit design the front end of the app. But for now, I don't see this. I think that maybe you didn't uh, focus about this task, or especially you just want to load the STL and be able to see that how we can navigate through. This is good. I have some question. I see that the model is not complete. I mean that we can just see the top of the STL. But for example, if I remember the STL, if it's about the STL that I gave you, normally about the lens, we are able to see also the bottom. But I see that it's like the terrain is we can just work on the half of the terrain. We don't see, for example, the bottom, and we can also see inside. Excuse me. About the mesh, I don't know about this part. This is the first question that I have. And about the second question, when I open the X, I see that there is just two CSV files. There is no the file that contain the different colors. For example, the assay about the copper that you say. I didn't see this in the folder. I don't know if you at this time you didn't consider this, or you will consider this in the future, as you mentioned that you will do about the color of the copper, this kind of things. And the last point, I didn't see also where I can upload one new. For example, this is a specific STL. But if I want to, for example, upload another STL, what I should do?
so just regarding like the splash image that you talked about, there's a setting just to disable that. So just by default, it's there, but we can remove that easily. And regarding the assay, currently we don't have it set up, so it's color coding the drill depths, but we can certainly do that. We just haven't gotten around to it yet, but we can definitely read in those assay files and then color code it accordingly. And then I believe you asked about looking at the bottom of the STL mesh. If I understand your question correctly, I believe it should be rendering the bottom. We just, the way the scene is, you're just not looking at it from below, but it is rendering at the bottom. And you also asked about loading different terrains, like different solid.stl files. Currently in the folder hierarchy, there's a data folder, and then inside that data folder, there's a models folder, and it reads in a solid.stl file from there. So if you ever wanted to read in a different terrain file, you can replace that one and rename it to solid. And in the future, we'll have a more robust file input system, so you can just select it in the menu. Currently, just is hard coded the file directories for the input files.
Yeah, exactly. I understand. Yeah, exactly. I want that you keep this in mind that, for example, the person that will use this software or this app, they are not developer or coders. So, for example, they don't want to play a lot with some files kind of thing. So it should be like a standard app or software that you can that from the interface. Okay, you can browse the file. And, okay, you can have a process to for example, select the STL and the object that you want to see in the cell. And regarding to the navigation, yes, as I said before, um, we want to run to improve the rendering and the visualization of the STL. So, for example, we don't want that we see just half of the solid, or that we have limitation about the navigation. We want in the we want at the inverse, instead we want to be able to do more things that we are not able to do now with the solid. For example, go inside. I don't know if it's possible. I see the bottom and yeah, this kind of thing. I know that for now you just do the basic because you fix the problem to convert in via object and to have navigation. I hope that you will. I know that you will improve it. Congratulations, it's good. I just want that you keep this in mind that it should be a app that the user should be interfaced with the software via the interface, and all the things should be to the interface. For example, browse the file, new project, save file. Okay, all this standard stuff. And about the navigation also, I don't know if the final rendering. When I say final rendering, I mean that about the resolution. If someone can, for example, again share the screen, is it something that uh, this is the best quality that we can have with Unity, or is something that we can more that about the resolution, the pixel, something that it should be more how can I say this, more because I see that there's when I see now the pixel is not very 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 good. I don't know if there is a way to make it uh, very that the resolution about the pixel more precise. Yeah, these kind of things. This is my first comment for now, and I want to know also why there is two. What I didn't get it. Yeah, yeah. More, for example, okay. Many time. Okay, I can show you something. I think that at the first I talk about this, I say that I just want to copy paste the STL in the environment. I want that something that should be um, um, more beautiful. That we see that there's a difference. I don't know if we should do little bit engineering on this, or it's something that you should code to make it more. Yeah, yeah. For example, okay, let I open this something fast. Yeah, just 1 minute. Um, uh, that I can. Uh, this one is talking. Okay. Uh, let I show my screen that you see something. if you see the screen this time. Okay, I will just okay. I will try to take the same. Yeah. When I see app, you see, for example, here, you see my screen. Yeah, you see, I want an interface that is make the intermediary between the back end and for to the user that is more for him is more intuitive and the user experience. I don't want that it should be go in the file, make some script and this kind of thing because you should consider them that they don't know any code. Now, okay, I will take the same that I give you. That will be that you understand what I mean. Uh, you see, assuming like that, that we can browse some file that we want to put. Yeah. I just want to be sure about the I think analysis. Let's download. Let's see. Stuff. Once. It's like that. Maybe that is a little bit. Let I close it. Okay. Um, you see, before in the other software, I show you that the rendering was not good, and here I will try to improve the quality of the rendering. For example, if I take the solid, because I want to take that, you see, okay, import and so on. Okay. I know that here is different from the what the color because I think yeah, you see at least this I have no problem to work on the surface terrain to fly on it or and that to navigate between the road. But for example, you see here I can also see on the bottom of the of the of the of the solid. I can just not see. I think inside or it's not clear when because I will explain you why this is important. Uh, when we the most important when we want to visualize this, okay, let's say you see my screen. Okay, okay. Let's say you have okay, I will do something. Okay, it's better I take something. Yes, because I don't want to because I want to go from scratch. Okay. The most important here for the visualization, what you should understand, let's say that we have the surface the level of the ground here, and we have one deposit here underground. So, for example, yeah, okay, you should consider this as reverse engineering. Let's say that we have already this terrain underground. So, for example, at I don't know 200 200 meter underground. And now we are on the surface here on people, and they know that there is one deposit here. Okay, that they know that for example is gold or copper. They know, but they don't know what is the shape and what is how it look, what is the inclination and the incline and all this stuff. So for that, they do some drill hole. As you can see, the hole that you see in this survey and the RCA and all this stuff. Okay. And based on this all, they try the maximum is possible to reconstitute this shape that is underground. Okay. Why I talk about this, because I want to say the work that you do now, the purpose of this is to is to improve this to improve this understanding of the people or the profession that they want to see this shape very well. So when we do this three all, we are able to redefine this shape. Okay, that you see the term that I give you. So when we redefine it, we want to know also what exactly inside. Okay, let's say that we have copper inside. And the SCL that I give you is just the exterior contour. But if you remember in the VTU that I show you, there is some block. I gave you two different data set. I don't know if you two different solid. I don't know if you remember. That there is a VTU file and the STL. So the STL, you should consider just this green contour, but there's nothing inside. But the VTU, there is some block inside. Okay. So when you do VR and the user want to see this part, yes, you want of course to work on the top. Yeah. You want to work on the top of the surface here. But also you want to see inside because this block that you see is the block that contain the copper or the gold. And you want to know, for example, the quantity and this kind of things. So sometimes, that people want to see exactly what's inside. I know that it's not true that you should generate the thing inside. The thing inside is generated as input, but that at least to navigate inside to have some information. Last time I gave you the Excel and some CSV, I think. Yeah, that the purpose is this to be completely to have better understanding of this shape. So if we just limit the navigation on the top, that there's some information that we cannot see. Understand? Yeah. And all the copper that you see, the information you see in the assay, I know that it was related to the drill hole, for example, there's different interval here with some percentage, but also after for the VTU file, that there is a block inside, there is a value for each block here. Okay. And sometimes people want to see what is, for example, they say that okay, this block is, for example, 3 gram per ton, for example. Okay. Because after all this block is something that is we use to estimate the totally content of this deposit. For example, we can say that okay, in this deposit we have five. For example, we consider we have example 5 kilogram of gold. Okay, for example. So at the end, this is what the user want to know. So when you want to navigate about this model, that the SCL or the VT, you want to have all this information. All this information will be give to you from the input because it's not you to generate the VTU and the SCL, but also the different granularity of the assay. But at least you should contribute to allow the user to better understand what is inside. To, for example, that navigate inside on the bottom, or I don't know, see very, very clear the shape and the format of the ore body. So you should see like that. So the thing that you do now is good because it's a foundation, and you know that you cannot now put SCL. I don't know if for VTU it's possible or VTP it's possible for you to put inside. But yeah, anyone has question about this?
Just to address some of the things you're talking about, we could definitely make visualization of just the terrain better by making like the green terrain in the demo. We can make that transparent so you can see like all the drill holes go straight through the ground, and you can also see like through the mesh and like see through the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
The next step would definitely be to process the VTK files. We can read in all the coordinates for the cubes and the ore amounts in there and make that a 3D model. And you also talked about last week, like potentially making like the cube rendering of that VTK smoother. And there's a technique called cube marching I've been looking into, where it kind of interpolates between the points to make like a smoother surface. So it's kind of nicer to look at. Okay. So that's going to be the next step going forward, I think. And also just for making the drill holes a little bit more visually appealing. Right now we're using like a 2D line renderer in 3D space, so it looks kind of choppy, and but we can currently replace that with like 3D cylinders, so it looks smoother like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, more like that. So those are like 3D. We can implement that as well.
Yeah,
because most of the hard work is already done with like reading in the input data. We just need a different approach to rendering it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think the foundation is already done, and based on that, I just want one question: why there is two apps? Why there is the keyboard and there's also the VR? Why? Because I didn't.
That's simply because we very recently implemented the keyboard controls. In a later product, we can definitely make it just one app where you can choose between keyboard and VR. Currently, that's just because we just didn't make the selection to choose between them inside the app yet. But we can definitely integrate that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's good job. I think that now you understand a little bit more the concept, because at the beginning was it's normal. It was that is a little bit complicated. But yeah, you see, for example, put some not coordinate, but some vector of reference to know that okay, what is the axis, or some what can I see this in English? I think that let's click one. I just want to have the name in English. Compass, yeah, compass. Also, for example, have the compass to know that where is the north, where is the south. I mean that little bit because here the important for the professional here, they want to know exactly what is located where. I mean that they want to know, for example, this block, what exactly the value inside? Is it located to the I mean that to the north, to the west? I mean that all this kind of information is important because okay, they want to know what is the, for example, because I want to, for example, let's say that you have okay, you have some drill, and I show you something. Okay, let's say that you have one terrain here, or one yeah. Let's say that you have compass, so you have north here, south here, west here, and you have east here. And now you are on the top of the plan, or on the surface. And now you want to make some drill, but maybe your length of your deposit is oriented, for example, like that. Okay. and is not oriented, for example, maybe that like that, for example. So when you want to drill, you should know what is the direction. So for example, if there is some block maybe here, let's say that we have some different block. You want to know exactly what is the direction of this deposit. For example, here is, you can say that northeast, for example. Okay, so it's very important to know in which direction, for example, the when we are in the VI and we walk around the surface, in which direction we go, exactly which depth, what is the value of this block. I mean, all this information is very important. Okay, so that for yeah, I don't know if you have question about this or now it's more clear for you.
I just had a general question about the input files as well. Right now, we're working off the assumption that like when I guess like the drill holes say this drill hole starts at like 0, 0, 0 in 3D space. Will that same coordinate be in the same position as like a terrain file? In other words, like do the coordinates line up perfectly, or is there something we have to do to kind of translate them?
You say a good thing. You see, actually, the terrain that you show is not the top surface, the terrain of the lens, as I show you. For example, let's see the lens in here. So the hole that you see, they come from the surface. Okay? I mean that it's this. I mean that this part that because the stuff that you say now you do now, we're working on this, right? We work here.
Right, because we're at the point where we have the drill holes loaded in as well as the terrain, and
Yeah.
it appears that it might be lined up well, which I didn't think it was, but when you showed like importing your terrain and your drill holes, it looks similar to our demo scene.
Yeah. It's correct for this part, but because we have no actually in the data that we have just a starting point here, but we don't know exactly. Normally the starting point and the Z, I mean that's about the the elevation should give the the the, the shape of the top surface. I mean that about the because this is not the top surface, okay, it's underground. The whole starts from the top here, but actually we don't modelize this. So we but we can modelize this. But for us, this is not important to work here. We just want to work exactly to see what's inside the model, so we don't focus about this. And yeah, I don't know if I answered to the question, or maybe if it's not clear, you can ask me in another way.
Okay, I think you did because I believe it does line up. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
one thing you mentioned about like importing files in runtime, I kind of forgot about it, but we actually do have a demo system where you can select files. I can show my screen in just a second.
Yeah.
Just as a proof of concept, you can like inside the game. This is not in the build that we sent you because this is in a separate scene, but we're working on this file or on this scene where you can like have the file explorer and kind of go through your files through here and select one eventually.
Okay.
So we're just working on that still.
Okay. But about the interface, how it should look, because okay, you see here I feel like you have my logo of the company or not. You um because I want that
Oh,
the color should be little bit I want something that is branding also, not not that it's just for example Unity software or I don't know how to explain that. I mean that you see for example let I show you something that you see. Uh, you see my screen or not? No? Okay. Do you see my screen? Let I show you
yes.
something about the what I want about the color. You see the because the color of the color of the show this. This is the logo. Okay, you see the logo, and you see the color inside. As you can see for this one, that okay, now it's close. Let's uh, uh, let me show something. Okay, you see how the splash is it,
Right.
and you see that the color, for example, the band here, and we try to do something that is related to the company and the logo and the branding. So I want yeah I want something that is related to the yeah, to the logo, about the color, I mean, about the color. And also, I think also I give you some structure about how you can I mean that you can not localize, but I mean that the way that you can put a different features. For example, there is see on the top, okay, there is file and this, and you have the layer, the data structure on the left, and I think I give you something like that, right? Or not?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so yeah, you should have the as you do now, you should have the main screen here for all the stuff. But try to little bit organize the interface because I want that something that should be very intuitive for the user, not something that is complicated and this kind of things. Yeah, and also there is not just STL. I think that you have also VTU or VTP. For example, let's say that I do something that you see because you talk about multiple importing. You want to share your screen, or you want that I show you something what I talk about exactly when I say multiple importing. For example, see here there's this option uh, when I think that this one, this one. What is that exactly? But for example, you see here there's different STL. I can just if it will show. So you see that I can import multiple terrain or multiple object. Is it your question or you talk about something else?
Or are you asking if we can implement like a batch import system?
No, because I think that before you ask me about import multiple file, you say something. I think that you want to show your screen or ask me something about these features.
Oh, I just mentioned that we have a file explorer inside of our
Okay,
software currently. We just didn't include it in the demo. I just wanted to
okay,
let you know that we were working on that like file selection system, so you don't have to like drag files inside the folder like you were talking about.
Okay. Okay. Can you show you can share this, or for now it's not ready?
Yeah, I can show you a demo. It doesn't fully open them, but it does read in your file explorer. Let me.
Okay. 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 There is no problem.
Yeah. So right now we just have this simple button placeholder for import base terrain, and then you can click that, and then you can kind of go through your file system to find whatever files you're looking for.
Okay. And about the quality what can I say this? About the quality of the rendering. Do you think that you can make it more more beautiful? That,
Yes. Going forward, we have a plan right now to use, like I was talking about earlier, the 3D cylinders instead of like the 2D lines that we are currently using,
okay.
which wouldn't take very long to implement.
Okay. 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 Do you have any question? And I have something else for the headset. Actually, if I have the headset, is this something that I can use or not? It's not for this for this app. Is not. Is it something that I can connect, or you didn't put still not activate these features?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
If, for example, I have headsets actually for the VR environment, is it something that I can navigate with headset or not?
With accept?
No, headset, the headset.
Oh, to like exit the application?
No, the
The
yeah.
headset.
Oh, you should be able to use the VR build with a headset. It should work
Okay,
seamlessly.
okay, okay. I will because okay. I will try to have one headset to see that how it's look. Okay. Do you have any question? Or I feel like you have a lot of tasks now. I already give you the tasks also for the next sprint, for the current sprint. So I feel that you have many stuff to do. I will not add any additional task at this step. Okay. Any question? Also, I feel that I give you more than one data set normally, so you can also test some other data set drill hole also because it will be the same process always assay cola and you should import it in the same. So maybe with different data sets, you can see some difference and it can help you to implement better also. So not just focus about just this data set, but I feel like you have at least two or three that I share in the Slack or in the on the GitHub. Now also for the GitHub, I think that all the stuff is set up. I can go and check it now, transfer in my own. I mean that in my own GitHub.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I mean that now the GitHub is it set up? I can if I go there, I can see the code. I can in my own because at the beginning I give you an invitation about the GitHub. All of you, is it there that you put the code now? You already merge it or because
Yes.
last time? Okay,
Like all the features have been merged back into the main GitHub now.
okay. Is my own or is your
Yes,
GitHub?
yeah,
Is it the
and
one that?
your own.
Okay, okay. So if there's no question, Yeah, just give me the email of him. Put in the Slack and you can put in the Slack. I will do it. Okay. So have a good weekend, and if there's anything you can just write in the Slack. Yeah.
Sounds good. See you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for the work, and it's a good job, and keep going. And I think that we can have something that is very beautiful. Okay. Bye.